You are calling from a 267 area code. Who are you? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Fran from Philadelphia.
Hey, what's going on?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All right.
Go ahead, man.
All right. Hey, I'm calling about shitcoin. First,
do we have that new drop ready?
Dogecoin?
Wait, hold on 1 second. We have a new drop for this. Go ahead.
Yes.
All right, no, you can go ahead. Matt doesn't have it yet, but it'll
all right. Sorry, yeah. I can't hear the drop.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just before anyone gets, this could be the Bitcoin call to end all Bitcoin calls. So, let me in here, and I'll shut the door behind me. So, first,
love the confidence. I totally doubt it, but I love the confidence.
Are you familiar with Dogecoin?
No.
So, but you know the Doge meme, right?
It's the dog that says much.
Much
currency.
Yeah.
That's
okay. Yeah. Yes, I am familiar with that.
Well, shitcoin is an early financial derivative of cryptocurrency that got its start as an excremental byproduct of mining Dogecoins. So it's Doge shit, if you will. But shitcoin has this additional feature that I think would make it a lot more appealing to left post-Keynesian MMT types than your usual crypto libertarian cointards that have been calling into the program. And so when you're mining for shitcoin, you can't just rely on your GPU or your gaming rig and passively make, $10 a day. You've got to get your hands dirty.
Right.
You have to step outside your front door, walk down the sidewalk, and look for abandoned piles of dog shit.
Right.
And so true to its name, shitcoin requires actual shit in order to verify transactions. So, and the existence of the shitcoin is completely dependent on the underlying shit. So instead of the gold standard, we basically have the shit standard.
I think every time I talk about currencies, I basically would like to go live in a hunter-gatherer society. That's always my big conclusion.
No.
I would like to trade coconuts for boat parts and be left alone.
I mean, you could totally bake shit into currency. But here's what I'm getting at. So unlike gold, shit is both a renewable and a time-limited resource. Shit is always happening, but shit is also always decomposing. And on this program, it's been mentioned that you all find the anti-inflationary feature of cryptocurrency to be problematic.
That's right.
Because it eliminates, the benefits of inflation for reducing the value of debt, and I would completely agree.
Right.
Now, the beauty of shit from a monetary perspective is that as it turns out, the combined rates of shit production and shit decay results in an ideal rate of inflation and completely solves the anti-inflationary.
It's like macroeconomic equilibrium. Basically, is what you're describing. It's actually what Gordon Brown claimed to have achieved, but didn't with light touch regulation. You found the actual universal exchange.
Can I think it can be summed up in this.
Yes,
you
please.
can have your shit and eat it too. So on a more serious note, just to tie this up, I want to echo what you said yesterday, which was great about the concern with cryptocurrency, and that it's just replicating the same capital-focused system, but just with high technology. And I'm really surprised that the callers who've been taken in by coin mining, that they're completely unaware of how not game-changing at all cryptocurrency is.
Hey man, No, sorry, go ahead.
And I want to echo a tweet that Matt made about even the enthusiasm about the underlying innovation. Blockchain is largely misplaced if you're on the left. Now, I mean, if you're in the stream of high commerce, there's lots to be excited about, especially for high value goods and commodity contracts.
Oh, definitely.
And there's even a great application for blockchain in our current economy, and that's transactions in real property, land, homes, and mortgage instruments.
David Day
and Sweden are doing this.
Chain of title stuff.
Matt, you said something?
Well, exactly. David Dayen's book kind of shows the need for some sort of accountability regime.
Right. So it could, that could like eliminate these mortgage ownership question issues. So like that's one positive. But if you're just thinking about improving transactions, you are not using the imagination necessary to formulate a vision for a new economy, which is what we need. A new post-capitalist economy.
Yeah, I mean, I look, I have one guy who called in, and I'm not shutting the door if you have interesting thoughts on this, but I've just heard nothing that you've just said that remotely contradicts it, and it is very disturbing to me, the obsession that people have with second order things, particularly when it's tech focused.
It's disgusting.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
And just the last thing, let me leave you with the other dark side of blockchain, which was like highlighted by what Matt tweeted. And it's that if blockchain as this public ledger is given any type of presumptive weight in a legal dispute, we're in really dangerous territory. Because Matt's tweet, it was about blockchain verified sex consent. So it's like, two people are about to have sex. They go, I just want to have a record that this was consensual.
She blockchained it. Blockchained it. It was blockchained.
Exactly.
Look at the blockchain.
Exactly.
There's a blue dot on it. Blockchained it. Total lie.
And unless you have like a third party trusted
actually,
friend,
can I just add to that? How perfect example is that of how perfect example of that though is of like how the same dynamics that infect everything else will apply to this next tool, because the same system of coercion that could have violated someone's consent to begin with is the same thing that will make you confirm that it was consent.
Well,
it's just amazing that people can't think beyond that. Yeah.
It's a fundamentally under-socialized nerd vision of how the world works.
Right.
Yep. And the last sort of dark side I want to leave you with is apparently the Chinese government is coming up with this is not blockchain yet, but it's a social media based like party loyalty system that it's like this weird totalitarian like meritocratic measure to get people to advance in the party based upon loyalty. I mean, it's straight out of Black Mirror, the you looking at your social media rating as like your actual standing in society.
Yep.
And I think what happens here is if Silicon Valley fulfills like its hedonistic, soft totalitarian, like panopticon wet dream, and you have this indelible blockchain record of all the things you've done throughout your life, like, no thanks. I mean, we can do better than blockchain, folks. Like, think bigger.
Yep. I hope we clip this call. I can't agree with you more. It's so on target.
All right, please do. I'd love to see it. Thanks, guys.
All right,
Take care,
man. Appreciate it.
Bitcoin.
Never heard that before.
At Violent Defiant on Twitter. That guy's a genius. James, thank you. He also is the creator of the infamous Greg Drop and a very respected heavy metal musician. Actually, that's the heavy metal music I like. I haven't heard enough of it, though. He has fans, I believe, what did he say, in the Philippines or Indonesia? Yeah. He was explaining one of the reasons he understands that all this anti-Muslim stuff is garbage was in his peer-to-peer relationships he built with his
Southeast Asian metalheads
buying his dope work. Do we have we still have the Greg one handy, right? Okay, great. It's just, just tickle me with a feather, all right?
Greg call.
Please let that be the last time we need to play that. I mean, it does.
You're not even saying that in character, Jamie. Wow.
Oh God, I need a character for Greg. Maybe it's Jared. I don't know.
What would Jared Kushner say?
Oh my God, I feel like they'd be friends.
That's true, but maybe Jared Kushner was like, "It's working, and it's very exciting." He's not calling anymore. That's a great Kushner impression.
No.
I like the Kushner.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on it.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do like how Bitcoin increases the availability of high quality drugs. I'm not gonna lie, but when I rule the world, drugs will be decommodified, and Bitcoin will be abolished. So.
Well, I've already said a million times, like, I mean, Bitcoin solves for anonymity. That's a big, and also, like, let's be real. I mean, anonymity in great ways and in terrible ways. But I'm also, other people were kind of objecting, like, yes, if you can figure out a way to personally profit off of Bitcoin, like, awesome, go for it. I mean, but this isn't a financial advice show.
Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos